What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the Heavy Mind podcast. I'm Teddy Osuna, and today I'm joined by another personal trainer, friend of mine. I'm gonna let him go ahead and introduce himself.
What's going on, guys? It's Isais Rojas, fitness coach and men's physique competitor. And we're ready to get on the podcast. Teddy and I, Teddy's gonna go ahead and ask some questions. We're gonna go over some great things. We're gonna get into it.
How long have you been training for, bro? Because I just met you. I met you last year, yeah. And then when I saw you were you gonna compete last year, like for sure, or did you like kind of decide mid through the year you were gonna compete?
So it was like a roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
Like I competed in 2022, like before the last show I did, and then at that point I was almost like done with competing. Like I was almost like, oh, okay, this is it. Like I don't think I want to compete again. But something just like came back, like you should do it again.
Okay.
Type of thing. So I decided to compete like early in 2023.
Okay.
But like, no, sorry, early 2024.
Gotcha.
But in 2023, towards the end, I was kind of like, I don't know if I want to compete anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you know who inspired me? Like Christian Guzman. Like,
Okay.
Like watching his videos, like it was his summer shredding, like back to back. He was competing like 3 shows in a row.
Yeah.
That I don't know. It just kind of brought me like the enjoyment of like just seeing the process, because his process motivated me.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when I decided to compete again.
Okay. And then aside from competing, what made you get into personal training or even just fitness in general, where you're like, I want to do that for a living? Because I know when you and I started getting to know each other, you were doing something else outside of fitness for your job. What made you to be like, you know what, I want to go all into training?
Damn, it's a long story. Yeah, I mean, It's like it started, I kind of have to talk about like my past a little bit.
Yeah.
Because that has like something to do with what I do now.
Okay.
And, basically, like I've always been that type of person that likes to adapt to one thing and be good at it, right? Okay. So like I've always done different things. Like I tried the filming. I tried playing sports, trying to be good at something.
Okay.
So when it came to fitness, like I just started working out. Like I started working out late. I didn't work out like when I was in high school.
Okay. How old are you, by the way?
I'm 28.
Oh, okay. See, I never asked him that question.
Oh, shit, I should never said it. I should have kept it a secret.
Right?
But yeah, basically, I started working out late, I feel like. Because a lot of people started working out like when they were 15. Mm-hmm. I was dancing at that time, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, but basically, I was a skinny kid. And then just getting involved in the gym and seeing like how I changed my body and my confidence, like it just gave out like a better energy around the people that I was hanging out with. Okay. And people were just like giving me a lot of feedback on how I was looking and like, how I was like just changing, getting better. Yeah. And then I noticed that like it was a positive feeling when people said something like that. Yeah. And like just in my life too, like it just felt like I was becoming better, So I was always like a shy kid back then. So it gained my confidence going to the gym, getting bigger, getting muscle and stuff like that. So that inspired me to have people feel the same way. So I think that's what got like the start.
The ball rolling.
And ever since, I started originally I started in 2017, had some setbacks, and then I came back.
Okay.
After that.
Yeah. Because I know for me, like I started personal training last year in October, but I didn't completely like go all in until after the show in November. And then when we came back, I was like, all right, I'm gonna hit the ground running. What were some hurdles for you at the beginning? Like you said, you had some setbacks and stuff. What were some hurdles as a personal trainer where you're like, oh man, this might not be what I want to do? Or
because I thought like I thought about it differently at the beginning.
Okay.
I was looking at it as a like just like a regular type of career. Like I wasn't like quite as a people person at the beginning when I started.
Gotcha. Okay.
So then when I started just getting older, I guess, started growing up, and I started like realizing how people think, just started being more aware of like, just being better at talking to people. Yeah. Like, I think that's what set me back. I was just not ready for it at the time. And
that
I
makes
just
sense.
went in all in.
Because you were young?
Yeah, I was young. I was just thinking it was like going to be fun and something like that, but it's actually not like that easy as people think it is,
Yep.
Like you have to keep people accountable. You have to like almost like kind of connect with them in a different way, and I wasn't ready for that. So that was my setback.
Gotcha. Yeah. And then as far as competing, what was the first thing when what was your mindset when you're like, I want to do my first show ever? If you can think back to that. Like,
yeah, it goes back to like just trying to be good at one thing, like trying to like whatever I'm doing, I try to just be the best I can be. And that, you know, so when I found out about men's physique, I was like, oh shoot, that's the body I want to have. Okay. You know, 'cause it wasn't so crazy big, like, you know, like
it is now.
Right.
Yeah.
So and then I always liked the beach body better, like the six pack and like, because I always had like
the broad shoulders,
like a model look. Yeah. You know, so I always liked that look better, the aesthetics, right?
Gotcha.
That's what got me like kind of inspired the aesthetic era.
Gotcha.
You know, with like Sis, Jeff Side, and like
I don't know any men's physique competitors to become other than who's the winner right now? Ryan Terry. I know. Yeah.
Yeah. So like no, this was like before I even knew of men's physique. Like, I didn't even know that existed.
Gotcha.
Like I was watching like some YouTubers like Jeff Side, who else? Lex Griffin, Matt Ogus, and like the legends of aesthetics.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. And then like I'm like, oh shoot, like they don't look like monsters, but they look good.
Yeah,
they look aesthetic. You know, I rather look like that. So then I found out there was like a division. You know, almost like the similar look. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I wonder if I can do this. And then I decided to just look for a coach. I didn't even like hesitate to like ask for help. Like I just went to a gym. They were having like a grand opening at Self-Made. Okay. The one in San Marcos, like when it first opened. Gotcha. And then I was like, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a coach that can get me ready there. So I just like looked for I asked someone like, hey, who can get me on stage? And then they just pointed out a coach, and I just hired him. Oh, okay.
You didn't even like vet him out or anything. You were just like, all right, they say it's you. Let's run it.
Yeah, I just wanted to get like, you know, like he told me a little bit about him. Shout out to Isaac, by the way. Okay. And then he was my first coach actually for 3 shows. And then, shit. Yeah, like we went from there, and I mean, I changed my body pretty good. That's when I first got ready.
What year was the first show?
2017.
Oh, 2017 was the first one. All natty.
All natty.
Ooh. All natural, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the 3 shows were all natural. Yeah,
see, you got, you know, when you talk to bodybuilders, you got to ask if they're natties. Because, you know, a lot of them claim to be fake natties and shit. So
back then, it was like, dude, it was crazy because, like, I remember thinking everybody was natural.
Bro, I thought the same thing up until last year. And I was like, there's no, and yeah, no, like legit. Because I didn't ever really look into it. Because I just saw them and I was like, okay, obviously, like the monsters, the bigger guys, clearly they're they're on some shit, right?
I think that was like same with me. I didn't think like the men's physique guys were on
that's what I thought too, because when I would see them, I'm like, they don't even have, like, to me, like, no offense, like they ain't got legs. Yeah. Why don't they got legs? So I was like, they can't be on something, like they're just like genetically freak. That's what I thought. I was like, they're just genetic freaks, right?
At the beginning, like when the division started, they looked more natural, and I'm pretty sure some of them were natural. But, you know, as they got, like, as it started growing, like, obviously, like, you know, they started getting bigger, and it gets more popular, so they want to be the best. But, yeah, dude, I used to think they were all, like, natural.
That was, like, my going into, like, when I was like, I'm going to compete, and then I was like, oh, shit, nobody's natural in these, like, big-ass shows. I was like, okay, I can respect that, because I saw how much work it actually took on top of that, right? It's not just like, oh, you know, I'm going to shoot up myself, and then everything comes and everything like is perfect. It's like, no, dude, you gotta put in extra work, because then people was gonna start to discredit everything, right?
Yeah, no, yeah, it's not like they don't know what goes behind the scenes of like bodybuilding. They just look at the end result.
Yeah, exactly.
It was tough, right? As your first one, like, was it like, I know this is my interview, but like, what would be like your the hardest part of the prep that you dealt with?
Food, mentally, just like mentally going down in food. Like gradually, like luckily for me, my competition wasn't like yours. Like yours is men's physique. You use like a whole nother level of shredded, like fucking just abs, and you gotta look great. For me, it was the transformation. So whatever it is that I brought to stage, like I had lost 100 pounds. It's like, all right, cool. You look aesthetic for who you are. But clearly, you know, the coach I had, he wasn't just gonna let me slide with like, oh, you kind of look like shit. Like, let's get you on stage. No, you know how Carlos is. He's like, no, we're going to get you down and peeled and shit. So for me, it was definitely like once he started decreasing food and upping the cardio, like there was a month and a half, I think I was on an hour and 15 minutes of cardio. And I was like, fuck, dude, I'm dying.
Yeah, those hour cardios, bro, were something else.
Yeah. And like, obviously, like low in food, fucking adrenaline and everything just going up, and I'm just like, man, I don't know if I can do this. And like,
the food, you would say,
always the hardest. Yeah, the food. That's what a lot of people always ask. It's like, how do you deal with it when it comes to food, right? Like, how do you fight the cravings? How do you do this and how do you do that? For me, genuinely, it was just like, how bad do I want this body? Is that burger, that cookie, that cake, whatever, really worth the time that it took me to burn those calories off? That's how I would look at it. And a lot of people, they don't really kind of see the connection of, if I have that, that's $1,500 calories for a burger and fries, as opposed to if I were to just go have some chicken and rice, it's 300 to 400 calories, and like, all right, I'm good.
Yeah.
Just, you starve a little bit, but it's worth it in the end for the result, you know?
Yeah. Were you like following like a meal plan? Like, strictly meal plan? Like, how to be this food?
Oh, no. So he was just going off macros. Yeah. Okay. For me, because like I said, for me, it was a little different because like I didn't have a set thing. Like he had me log what I ate, and he wanted to see how it affected my body. Like if I felt bloated, if I felt lazy, or like things like that, you know? And he's like, all right, if that, and he would have me have high days to see if like, if I looked over, like spilled over, or if I actually looked leaner, even on my high day. Because you know how high days, So there were some days where I would have a shitload of carbs and a shitload of food, right? And then 2-3 days later, he'd look at me like, all right, you look spilled over. We got to cut down what your carbs. We got to cut this down. Yeah. So that we would kind of play off of that every now and then. And like we dialed it down before July, where we're like, all right, you're looking way too lean. Like, we need to up your carbs.
Dude, we're basically on the same schedule.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We completed the same day,
right? Yeah.
That was pretty motivating, seeing, like, we're both doing a bunch of cardio and stuff. Like, yeah, but that's honestly the hardest on the field.
Yeah. Was that the hardest for you, too, or?
A lot of things.
A lot of things.
The mental side of it. You know, bro, like.
Because, I mean, okay, so your first 3 shows were natural.
Dude, honestly, like, that's what the good thing we're talking about this, because, like, I feel like it was going to be easier.
Okay.
Hands, and like, dude, it was actually harder. Dude, being natty was so much easier.
Okay.
Like
mentally, right?
Even like the cheat days, like I was able to get away with everything.
Okay.
Like I wasn't putting on so much water. Like, with, like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not with like the drugs, bro. Like you just like hold on to water retention and you spill over.
Yep.
And I noticed I was catching myself like, okay, I think I'm like going over the cheat days a little bit too much. But I think it's just the gear. I'm like, I was just, you know, my mind was just playing tricks on me.
Oh, yeah.
But when you're natty, bro, like, it's like, you can get away with more things.
Okay.
At least two.
When did you finally decide you're like, you're right, all right, I did 3 shows natural. Fuck it, let's hop on some gear. Let's see how far we can go.
Damn, I was trying to think about that the other day, and I remember bringing it up to a friend. I was like, if I don't win my 3rd show, naturally, like, I'm just going to go on gear.
Oh shit! Okay.
Go to the other side, you know.
Yeah.
But not only that, I'm like, I just also too, because the natty shows, they're not as big, they're not as like, you know, you eventually just go pro and compete. Like you can go pro easily there. I feel like, you know, I mean, you still have to work hard. But like, it's a little bit more. I don't want.
It's not as known though.
It's not as known, right? It's smaller, so not a lot of competitors go there, you know. And I feel like I could have gotten my pro card, but then eventually I would have been bored. You know? So that's why I was like, okay, well, why am I gonna waste my I don't want to say time, but like, why am I gonna waste like all this energy and money like to do a natty show when I can just, you know, go this way?
It's kind of like Sean Clarita. I don't know if you know who he is, but he's the former 212 Olympian. He's a shorter black guy.
Oh yeah.
So he won all his shows natural. Really? Yeah, he won a shitload of like national shows natural, and then at a certain point he goes, "This is as far as I can go as a natty athlete. Yeah. How much further can I actually go if I were to be enhanced?"
Did he do like the open shows too?
Yeah,
natty?
he just no. I don't know, but he did the whatever shows he did natural. He did like the open competitions as he was coming up the ranks.
Okay.
And then after that, he was like, he said in one of his YouTube videos that he's like, this is as far as I can take it natural. I want to see what I can do now that I've done, like what I feel is my ultimate level, like my cap of being natural. Let's see what I can do enhanced. Right. And he just competed with Chris Bumstead at the Prague show. That, so it was him, Martin Fitzwater, and C-Bum. So he got 3rd place at that open show. and he was like shorter than me. He's like 5'1", 5'2".
He's shorter than me too.
Yeah, exactly. He's tiny, but he's a fucking monster.
He huge up there. Like that's why, like his quads were actually standing out than the other guys. I thought he had like, what did he get, third?
Yeah, he got third.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was thinking he was gonna get like at least top 3, but no, yeah. That's what made me realize, like basically made me switch over to the enhanced way.
Yeah,
and I'm not afraid to say it. Like it was definitely fun. It was definitely obviously I felt the difference for sure. Like that.
What was the worst part of being on it during prep?
Let me see the worst part.
Worst or hardest thing to kind of get over?
'Cause honestly, bro, like as crazy as it sounds, I know because I've heard before I like did this, I would ask a bunch of questions. Like I would research a lot of like side effects and stuff like that. And everyone has a different story. Everyone just feels it like a different way.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And I mean, maybe probably you've had different experiences than me. The hardest thing was just trying to like calm myself down whenever it came to like my head, like me telling myself that I was the strongest like guy in the room. Like,
okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like my ego was spiking up a little bit
Gotcha.
too much, But I knew like I'm like, okay, just calm down.
Do you think that was the trend? Because let's be honest, bro.
that is the trend, bro. Trend, dude. Trend is something else. Like,
you know what the worst was for me? Trend sweats.
Dude, I only got him once.
Bro, oh my God. I legit woke up like 6 or 7 times and I was just soaked from head to toe. And I looked at my bed and I'm like, there's a fucking pool of water right there.
Dude,
it was bad.
How many times? 6 times?
Yeah, 6 or 7.
Dude, I only had that one time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay.
You got lucky.
Like, see, that's the only drug that I was actually worried about the most because it's the most toxic.
Same here.
And like, I was researching like just like, before like I had to take Tren.
Yeah.
I was just researching like what it does, what it costs. I didn't want to take it.
Yeah.
Like, everything I heard, bro. But then when I took it, bro, like, no, not one night sweat, just once, right? No Tren cough.
Okay.
I didn't go to like I said, like the only mental thing I got was the ego, but I didn't feel like I wanted to beat people up like everyone says,
okay.
Like you get the roid rage,
and
stuff like that. Yeah, dude, it's just like it didn't hit. I didn't feel the side effects like I thought I was.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, some people.
My level of being irritated went from really low, like the barrier was really low, right? And then once I started it the first time, it just went, poof, and then I was like, oh, like any little like small little change in something, I was like, I'm feeling a little bit more irritated than I normally would. And then now that I'm off of it completely, I'm not on shit. I'm like, oh, I can see the difference now.
Dude, that's crazy because like I only experienced irritation like once or twice. Like I didn't really see the side effects like I thought I was.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, heck yeah, like I was.
It hit me fucking like not. I'm not gonna be like, oh, it was like I hated everything. I know I've heard stories like some dudes where they're like, oh, I was on Tren and it fucking like it fucked up my whole everything. Nah, thankfully for me, it was just like I had the sweats a few times. I was irritated more than normal on occasion. Other than that, I was like, all right, cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was. I think like, however you are already, even if you don't take anything, like it's just gonna multiply that like character of yours.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because I've always been like I said, like I used to be a shy guy. I was always calm. I was always quiet. So I've never really been like really like toxic or try to like be aggressive and stuff like that. Obviously, just when like I drink. But so that's why I felt like it wasn't gonna affect me in that way,
Yeah, I definitely feel like when you're, like you said, when you get on it, it'll multiply or exacerbate whatever it is your actual inner personality is. It just brings it out to light, and you're really that person, unapologetically. Like if you're an asshole, you're gonna be an asshole no matter what. That's just who you are, and that's what it'll do to you. Thankfully, I'm not an asshole. I was pissed off a few times, but that was within me, and I was like, all right, I have control over me being pissed. Yeah. So
you're like battling your thoughts and everything. That's probably the hardest part.
Yeah.
Like the mental side of it.
Oh yeah, for sure. There was one time where I was talking to my mom about something, and she's like, "You're just so angry," and I was like, "I'm not angry. It's just I literally have to, like, you guys are running, like, let's say you guys are here, right? And your brain is just like calmly everything's fine. Like you're calm waters, right? And imagine me, I'm up here, and my mind is like running 1,000 miles a minute, just like constantly thinking about what I have to do. Like my brain does not stop moving. And I have to take that thought process and go, okay, calm down, bring it down to their level so you're calm. That is the hardest fucking thing. You're just like, okay, what are you saying to me? That's one thing that happened though. Like for real, I was like, all right, I gotta calm down.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm pretty sure people can agree to us too. Like people that have done it.
Oh yeah, everyone has different experiences. I have no desire to kind of venture into the realm of completely running another cycle, because I'm not gonna be professional. Like I did it, I tried it, I had my fun with it.
Yeah, I'm like in the middle with that. Like
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Like I'm still thinking right now. Like I'm thinking like 6 months just to grow. Just, run TRT.
Okay.
And I'm gonna decide after that, like after my birthday, if I want to like compete in the fall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because in the show that you competed in last year, that was an NPC show, right?
Yeah,
Or
NBC show.
and what place did you get?
I got like sixth.
Out of how many?
There was like 20 something athletes.
That's actually really fucking good.
Yeah, I like didn't. My coach actually talked to the judges, so apparently, like I was like right there, top 10, top 6.
That's pretty good though.
There were so many people. Yeah, I was surprised with how many people were in my class, bro. Like when I was in backstage, I didn't see like class A lined up. Like I guess I wasn't the wrong line.
Okay.
So I just saw like 3 athletes next to me, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm automatically gonna be either top 3. Like,
okay.
And then next thing you know, the guy was like, oh, go to your line, and I'm like, 15 other competitors right there. I'm like, oh shit.
So what's your weight cap?
So it's height with men's physique.
Okay.
It's, I was obviously class A.
So what's your height?
5'6".
Oh, so we're about the same height then.
Yeah.
So it's funny because I went to the doctor the other day and they measured me, like got my physical done, and I lost an inch since I lost weight.
What?
So I used to be.
You lost an inch?
Yeah. So I used to be 5'6".
The hell?
And then I lost weight and now I'm 5'5". I was like, there's that much fat in my feet.
Yeah. Whenever they do that, I make them recheck again, bro.
I was like, all right, if you say so.
I'm like, I can't be 1 inch shorter, bro. I'm already short.
But you were telling me though, are you thinking about competing in classic, or are you gonna stay in?
Dude, I want to do classic eventually, just because like of the whole like, dude, just Chris Bumstead, like his posing, and like who's the other guy, Breon?
Breon Astley. Yeah.
They're like posing.
Or Rough Diesel too.
That guy,
Rough Diesel.
Yeah. They just like it just looks like a whole statue, bro. Like
Mm-hmm.
of like just like art.
Yeah.
So that's why I thought about doing classic at least once, but don't know if it's gonna happen.
The cool thing is when I was practicing my posing coach is actually, I think he's also Rough Diesel's posing coach, or like they work in conjunction. So he competed like a week or two before I did in November, and bro, his posing, I'm just like, man, my hat's off to you, bro, because the way you pose is like fucking art.
Yeah. With you, with summer shredding for the transformation division, you could pose, you could throw in side chest, right?
Yeah.
Back double biceps with shorts on, right?
Yeah.
That's how it is with the INBA, with the natural division.
Okay, gotcha.
So that was another thing that I was trying to get used to. The posing and the NPC is different. So it's just front and back.
Okay.
And that's it.
Yeah.
So like with the INBA, I had more fun with it, I guess you can say, because I was able to show the side chest, the intercostals, which are obliques, right, and then the back double bicep. Yeah. So it was a little bit better.
The cool thing is with the one that I did, and they let you do your own routine for 30 seconds, right? Which is cool. I fucking love it. You guys have your fun. But I looked at it as like, I look at bodybuilding completely different than some guys. So I was like, I look up to them because that's something that I aspired to be. I'm not going to be a professional anytime soon, so I'm good. But I have respect for the sport. There are some dudes where I'm like, dude, did you even practice your posing?
There's some guys like that?
Yeah, and I was like, all right, cool. You lost the weight. You did your thing. I respect it. I love it. But at the same time, it's like, put a little bit more effort into the posing part. Yeah. I know it's hard. Like, I'm not going to take that away from anybody. I know it's difficult. I know it's, not everybody's cup of tea.
Yep.
But when you're going to get on stage and you're going to show off everything you worked for, at least, like, learn how to show it off accordingly so you can kind of, be like, okay, he actually worked for that. I see what he did for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, then I mean, that was me too. Like, I wasn't, like, on my natty shows, I would get on the, because my coach was actually, like, not local. Mm-hmm. So when I did the natty shows, I had to, like, FaceTime him, and I wasn't practicing as much as I should have.
Okay.
Should have done it. So like I think I started practicing my posing like 4 weeks out.
I mean, even for me, some people might look at my posing and be like, "What the fuck is this guy doing?" That's fine. You can critique my posing all you want. It's not the best, like, but you know, some guys I was like, damn, they had fun with it though. You know,
how many times were you like spending time at the gym?
Oh, you saw me here all the time.
Yeah, like so many times.
My ass was here all
at the gym, basically.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Like,
there was days when I wouldn't be here. I'd go to 24 by my house, and I'd do just cardio and abs. And then I would pose. Yep, and I would pose like for 30 minutes. I did some posing in the sauna. I would do posing wherever the hell I could, and then I'd come here, get my workouts in, do like I would sometimes be like I'd work out an hour and a half here, and then do an hour of just fucking cardio there. Yeah. And I'm like, God damn, dude, I'm fucking tired.
and the entire day just focus on the food, right?
Yep.
And the rest. Yeah, people don't know how hard it is. Like I've heard people want to compete, and you know, but they I think now they know how hard it is.
Bro, that was me when I initially lost a significant amount of weight, and I hit up Carlos and I was like, hey, yeah, I want to do a show, and he's like, how soon? And I was like, I don't know, dude. It's just something I want to do, right? And I didn't know about summer shredding at the time.
Right.
But then as time went on and I was losing more weight and I was like looking on Instagram and stuff, and I started following Christian's YouTube channel because I saw him on Chris Bumstead's, and I was like, who the fuck's this guy? And I started looking into him, and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. And then I saw that they were doing summer shredding. I was like, oh shit, that's the show I want to do. Yeah. It's transformation. So then I told Carlos about it. He's like, all right.
Yeah, I like how they have like different divisions in that show.
They just added a new one too.
Yeah, I think I saw that. Which one is it?
It's the comeback division.
Oh shit, never mind. I haven't seen it.
Yeah. So
comeback.
Yeah, so it's like let's say for me, right? Like I lost 100 pounds, and then my 3 years time frame is up, but I want to go back and do another show in like a year and a half. I can compete in their comeback division, which is like if more time frame has gone by than what you're allowed within the 3 years for the weight loss thing, you can come back and compete.
Okay.
So yeah, that's why I call it the comeback.
Yeah, they added another female division in the NPC.
What's
it called again?
Women
fit model. I don't know.
Yeah, fit model.
Is it?
I think so.
Something like that. It's like I didn't even read the rules or anything like that.
And a lot of people are pissed off about it.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess what the thing is, if you go pro in that, you can't go pro in any other division. You have to stay that one. Yeah.
Oh shoot.
Yeah. So once you're pro in the new one, like you're cemented into that one for a while.
You think you'll ever step in the NPC?
I thought about it. I'm still thinking about it.
Yeah, same here. Like I mean, like I want to compete one more time, 2 more times, and then I do want to qualify for nationals. And then I told myself if that's like not working out either, I don't think this worth it, bro.
Okay.
To be honest,
I just feel like I'm still too small.
Right.
Like I'm, I lost all the weight, and then I saw what my frame is with nothing on it.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, there's no muscle on me whatsoever. But I have quads. Like you see my quads, like those things are fucking massive. But other than that, like my arms, dude, I feel like my arms are tiny. Right. I look at my arms, I'm just like, fuck, man. When are these things? Give yourself
more time. Yeah, because it's like how long have you been lifting like since your weight loss journey?
A year.
Just a year?
Yeah.
Just a year?
Just all last year was like,
oh, shoot.
Yeah. Like last year was when Carlos was like, all right, let's run it. We're going to run you through a full bodybuilding circuit. Like your workouts are going to be push, pull, legs, push, pull, legs.
So you started working out on your own, right?
Yeah.
And lost like some weight on your own?
I lost like 65 pounds or 70 pounds on my own, and then the rest with Carlos.
Okay. And then you trained with Carlos 1 year before you decided to...
No, I trained with Carlos for, how long was it? I think it was from April.
2023, right?
Yeah. I think it was from April to December was that like the time frame where I lost the weight. And then in January was when we ran the bodybuilding, prep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're still growing, man.
Yeah, I still have so much. That's why a lot of people have been asking me, like, oh, dude, when's your next show? When's your next show? And I'm like,
always do that when you compete.
Bro, I just got off a year-long prep, putting my body through fucking hell.
Yeah, like even here when I walk in, it's like, are you gonna do another show? And I'm just like, I don't want to say I am, because then you expect me to compete. So I'm just not gonna say anything when I compete this time, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Even on Instagram, I've had a few people from summer shredding, like people that I met at summer shredding. They're like, "Oh, dude, what's your next plan? What's your next plan?" I was like, honestly, just take a year off from any type of anything and just see how much I can grow, like just me with food and shit, and then go from there.
Yeah, like after I competed the first time, I didn't compete again after 3 years later.
Okay.
Yeah, and I did 2017, 2021, 2022, and then took another year off, and then 2024.
Yeah. Is it also okay with the thing when you go through prep, a lot of people don't realize the outside factors like your family, your significant other, if you have kids, they see so much impact on who you are as a person because your time is so limited. You have so many things to do as a person, and then when you throw in those factors like your wife, your girlfriend, your kids, your job, your every responsibility, and you're like, fuck, I still want to be a bodybuilder. It's such a selfish thing.
Yeah, I definitely am not gonna like get selfish.
Oh, dude, you have to. Yeah.
But my girlfriend's already like understood like, you know, what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
She's been with me 2 preps already.
Okay.
But this one was harder.
Oh, yeah.
Because you know, like we switched things up and everything like that with the plan. You know, it was definitely different than the third show.
Yeah.
So it was a lot harder. You know, like I said earlier, mentally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just crazy. So many factors into it. Yeah.
Yeah. People don't know.
That's for sure.
Yeah, man.
What were you gonna say before I cut you off?
Let's go. Fuck, I forgot.
Oh no, you're chilling.
It'll come back.
But no, but for real, there like if you do think about being a bodybuilder or going into a prep, understand that it's not just your time you're taking. It's like everyone else's time. You're taking time away from them because you have to be so selfish with everything you're doing around it, and it literally engulfs everything around you. That's probably the one thing that I love now that I'm not on prep.
Dude, it's so much relaxing.
Yes.
You can actually enjoy life. You know, you can actually enjoy your time with your family.
Mm-hmm.
You're not tripping about the food that you're about to put in your mouth.
Like I'm still tripping about it because I'm like, for me, like a former fat dude, I'm just like, oh fuck, I don't want to gain all the weight back.
I don't know about you, but I got body dysmorphia.
I still have it.
After the show.
Yeah. Oh, I had it during. I have it after. But then again, like again, a former fat guy, I still see myself as the fat guy sometimes. Like I'll look at myself in the mirror. I'm looking at my abs, visual abs, right? And I'm like, oh, dude, you're fat as fuck.
Were you growing up? You were always like.
I was always
Like ever since you were a little kid too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I wasn't. So here's the thing. I grew up, and as far back as I can remember, I remember my nickname in high school, or not even high school, just like I said, as far back as I can remember, always being titties.
Titties?
Yeah. People would come up to me like, "What's up, titties?" Yeah, but that was just what they called me because I always had the man boobs. It was just something like, unfortunately, that's just the way my body makeup is. Like when I gained fat, I got gynecomastia, and it's just I've had it since I was little. Like I don't know why, I can't explain it, but like I look at myself.
I had a lot of tests.
Yeah, I had way too much test at a young age. It turned into fucking a shitload of estrogen.
Damn, that's another thing, bro. Your estrogen, like, how did it impact it? Like your estrogen?
No, I didn't feel it affect my estrogen at all.
Like when you were taking the gear stuff?
I don't really.
Because you were taking the other drugs, so like it would like combat.
Yeah, it would level out. I was told by my doctor.
Did you get emotional?
All the time.
Really?
Yeah.
On the drugs?
Mm-hmm. But then again, like I said, it'll bring out who you really are. Yeah. And naturally, I'm a really emotional person. Okay. Like no matter, like ever since I can remember, I was like, I'm really in, like, I just know when I'm going to be sad. And I'm like, okay, I gotta accept this. Yeah. I'm not going to say I wasn't in tune with my feelings because that took a lot for me to kind of understand. It's not just something like, oh, you know what? I know exactly what I'm feeling. No, because I did go through depression, anxiety, fucking every other thing you can think of under the sun when you're overweight. I went through it. Because when you're that big, you're going to be like, fuck, I hate myself. All these things, right? Like, which I'm pretty sure you feel as well, even as a smaller guy, right? Yeah. You're like, oh, I'm too small, or can you
my arms, bro? That was always my biggest insecurity. My arms, my calves.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like, but you know, I was completely the opposite. You know, I was a smaller guy. I was 120 in high school.
Okay.
So that was like I was noticing that I didn't have any like muscle.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what actually got me started working out. Obviously.
Okay.
But yeah, I was just getting insecurities like that too.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Like,
See, you were 120 in high school. I was 220 in high school.
oh shit.
Yeah. See, I was always the bigger guy. And I did in high school, all through high school, I did weights, like weight training, because they had beginner weights for freshmen and then advanced weights as you got to a junior, I think so. But then I went into that. But it wasn't like Olympic lifting. It was more CrossFit style training. Because the high school I went to, the coach that they had was an Olympic style training. So he like did snatches, clean and jerks, and like timed runs and all that shit.
Yeah.
So that was like the weight training style that I grew up with. Right. And then I didn't really know shit about bodybuilding. Like it was like something in passing where I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Did you keep working? Did you keep working out after? Like
no,
like
no, because so I had my daughter when I was 17. That was a whole nother roller coaster ride of like I'm 17, yeah. I have to grow up.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I forget.
Yeah. So I had my daughter when I was 17, and then from there it was just like, okay, I gotta hit the ground running. I gotta work. I gotta do this. I gotta provide for her. There's nothing else that is gonna take over this. There's no one else gonna take care of her. Like clearly, I had help from my mom, but it's like that's your responsibility. She's your daughter. Yeah. So it's like, all right, I gotta work. I gotta go to school. I went to school for something that at the end of the day, I'm still paying for it, but I don't even do it.
You went to college?
I went to like a trade school to become an X-ray tech.
Okay.
Yeah, and I never ended up doing it because there was something going on with the school where like you couldn't finish it because they didn't have a certain part of it done, and then by the time they had it, it had already been like 2-3 years after, and I was like, what the fuck?
Interest?
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to do that shit anymore.
You just wanted to do it because it was gonna pay good?
Yeah.
But you didn't even like it, huh?
No, because it was something that it was just like my mom told me like you have to do something.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, okay, I guess I'll go do this thing.
Yeah, man. Like, yeah, honestly, I never really even knew what I wanted to do in high school. Like, I didn't know. Like, I just, dude, honestly, I always wanted to do something big. I guess, you know, I always liked the filming stuff. You know, like that's why, like I said, I was filming videos in high school. They were shuffling videos.
Oh, okay.
The dance, right?
Yeah. And I saw your TikTok. You're like, well, I guess if TikTok is going away, and you like posted the video of you shuffling.
Right. I posted that when they were doing like a trend of like showing your shuffling era.
Okay.
So I thought it would have been a good idea to show it, and it got a lot of good views and stuff. Yeah, I think it got like 150.
Oh shit, 150,000?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like 150, man.
150K,
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. So like whenever like they would ask like career day would happen, you have to know like what you want to do for you know. I didn't think I was gonna go. I didn't want to go to college.
Okay.
But if I had to, like, I just didn't know anything back then. You know, I didn't know like if college is the way to go or you know you just start doing something.
Yeah.
But filming was like my video editing was my pick. I remember saying like, oh, I want to be a video editor. Okay. That's all I knew how to do that.
It was funny because ever since I was little, I remember telling my mom vividly, like, I want to be a photographer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's sick.
I think I was like 7 or 8 years old. She gave me a camera that she had. And she's like, take my picture. It was for Christmas. And I took it and I was like, you know what? One day I'm going to be a photographer. That was the one thing that I can wholeheartedly tell you that I've stuck to. Yeah. Where photography is like my passion. Like, even if I don't get paid for it, I'll still do it for fun. Yeah. Do I want to get paid for it? Of course. Like, if you can turn your passion into a career, fuck it. But I've done it for so long where I feel like I don't get the credit. Not that I deserve, but I just kind of get downplayed because there's so many other photographers out there where it's just like, all right, it's just another dude taking photos, you know? Yeah. Especially falling into the niche of models and stuff, where it's like, okay, how far can you really go with models?
Yeah, that's how I first heard of you, of your page. You know? Yeah. Yeah, and then I'm like, oh yeah, he's like, but back then, there was like that. There was an industry, right? Like,
it still is, right? Yeah, it still is.
But I guess like I don't see it as much anymore. But
you can make a killing in it. You have to be willing to put in the effort with models like that. Yeah. And I'm not.
It's a hard industry. Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I don't really want to be surrounded around models all day. Yeah. Because it's just like I don't want to give my energy to where I don't feel it's wanted. Yeah. Because the one thing about models, like, I have nothing against them, but I've worked with certain models where it's like I've taken their photos and everything, and I've edited everything, and they're like, oh, I hate the way my face looks. I hate the way this looks. And it's like,
it's like that, huh?
But because they're so hypercritical of the way they see themselves, it's like, then I don't want to take your photo. Because it's like, I fucking love the photo. But then they're like, oh, no, I need you to fix this about me. I need you to fix this. I need you to Photoshop this. It's just like, nah, man. I'm not going to be that guy.
It's hard, huh?
Yeah.
It doesn't look hard, but it probably is, huh?
I mean, it's not that it's hard. It's just, especially having a daughter, like giving off the fakeness of that's what she looks like, when in reality, you know, that's not what she looks like. I can't be the person to like give that to somebody. Like, I'm not going to sit there and like lie about shit.
But now you're using it for your business.
Exactly. Yeah.
That
like,
skill is good to have, you know, that's why, like, I'm glad I got some experience in that skill too. Like, you know, videos.
Yeah.
Because now I just edit my own videos.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know, just like you like photography, I like the video side.
I like them both. Yeah. But if it came down to it and I just did photography.
I'm not that good at photography. Like, it's a little harder.
Yeah. Which is funny. For me, it's the opposite. Like, it takes me a lot more effort to do video. I can edit video and do all that stuff together, but it takes me a little bit more time and effort to put something that I can see within my head to put it out. Yeah. I know there's some people, probably you're one of those guys where you're like, okay, I'm going to edit this real quick and I know exactly how I want it. Boom, 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 you're done. Yeah. For me, it's like, I know how I want it to look, but it takes me a little longer to get that outcome. Right. But with photos, it's like, okay, I know what I want. Boom, 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 done.
Yeah, that's harder for me. Yeah, but that's pretty cool, man, that you're doing this now for like the business. You know?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I'm a trainer. He's a trainer. And as far as training people, what is, I guess, one thing or one excuse from a client that you've heard that is like the most outrageous excuse that they can't come in to train? If you've heard one.
Let me see. So many that I can't like one specifically. Like they don't want to come into the gym.
Or just one where they're like, you have a session and then they give you an excuse of like, oh, this and this happened, I can't come train today, or I can't, you know? If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think, because lately there hasn't been that many. Okay. You know, it's normally because they're not feeling well, you know, not feeling well. They have to do something with their family. They slept in. Oh, okay. It's always like the common ones, but crazy, like I wouldn't say there's one that's been like really.
Okay, so there's never been like some like my dog got ran over or some weird shit.
No, I don't think so. I'm trying to think now. If I think about it, I'll bring it up. But
no, you're good.
Yeah, it's just always the common ones. You know, feeling sick or whatever. What about you? Anything crazy?
Nah, I just like I said, I just started, so for me, it's still like I'm still really green to it. Yeah, everything's still super new to me, and like even just learning certain things, I'm like, okay, that's what I got to do to help this person get here, or you know, like you said earlier, being that people person to teach people about nutrition and like working out is a little different than me knowing it, because I've been doing it for so long already where it's just second nature. Yeah. It's like, you don't know that? Like, how do you not know? I'm like, you haven't really. Like, go ahead.
It's hard training a person than it is training yourself, right? Because they're different, you know.
Because everyone's body will completely act differently. Like, let's say for me, I can eat potatoes and not feel bloated. But then let's say I give my client like, hey, eat this amount of potatoes. But then they come back and they're like, but it really makes me feel bloated. Yeah. Like, how the fuck am I supposed to know that unless they tell me?
Yeah, females are harder, bro. Like, I have experienced that because there was a while where I was just training females, right? Okay. And at first it was like the training that they're strong. Like I feel like females are strong. Like they
for sure.
Push weight, you know? But in the kitchen and you know the hormones and stuff like that, that's a whole different game. You know? And it was getting tough for a while. But yeah, a lot of people do get bloated from different foods. Yeah. That that I don't get bloated, like you said.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it is hard training.
Or even like just like telling people what a portion size is. Like they don't want to weigh out food.
Dude, that's the most like annoying thing. I'm like, just get a scale, get some measuring cups, but get a scale because that's gonna be more important, and just start weighing your food. Yeah. But it's just like they don't. I don't know. Like they're lazy or whatever.
It's funny is there's one guy asked me. He's like, "What if I just want to eat some fries for my potatoes?" I was like, "Are you air frying them or are you?" He's like, I want to get some McDonald's fries. I was like, no. He's like, why? I go, go to your app, type in a medium McDonald's fries and see how many calories are in there. And he's like,
I had McDonald's this week. I'm not gonna lie. And I felt like the next day, like my physique didn't look as sharp.
oh well, yeah,
Yeah. So like that's what I'm saying. Like macros are not all created equal.
yeah, exactly.
You know, like even if he hits his macros for the day, those fries can like just make him look worse.
Yeah.
You know.
That's why I guess the like if it fits your macros kind of thing is not always the best.
Not always. I would say it's like it works for some other people.
True.
Like, I feel like if you already have a physique, you can get away with it. You know.
Okay.
But you're still like on the beginning of the journey, then you should stick to a plan.
Yeah.
Strict plan. You know. Obviously, like switch the foods a little bit more, but
Yeah, like I feel like for me, even now that I kind of got my metabolism under control, I can get away with eating things that I used to eat. But physically, I feel like shit. My body may not look like shit, but like my insides, I'm like, oh, that did not sit well in my stomach. I should not have eaten that burrito, or I should not have eaten, some fried food or whatever. I can feel the difference. But some people they're still so, their body's still so used to eating bad food that they don't feel the difference until they've kind of drifted away so far from that.
Dude, that's so true.
That type of diet. Yeah.
Yeah, because like when they start eating clean, like it just takes a while for them to like they like I've noticed people that don't get hungry because they don't eat a lot of food, but when they do eat, it's like crappy food.
Exactly.
And like they're thinking they're not eating, they're telling you, oh, I'm not eating, and then when you give them a plan, it's more food.
Yeah.
It's more food and they can't eat it out because their metabolism is not used to that.
Because they're eating just really calorically dense food that is not fucking healthy for you. Yeah.
A lot of fast food, processed food.
Yeah, that's what's funny, because there was this one, somebody was talking to me about like, oh, I don't eat that much. I'm like, tell me what it is you eat in a day. And they go, well, I'll have...
Starbucks in the morning.
Exactly. I'll have Starbucks and a donut for breakfast. I'll have McDonald's burger and fries for lunch. And then I'll have fucking Chick-fil-A for dinner. Like, well, yeah, no shit, you're not eating a lot, but that's like 6,000 calories right there.
Yes, exactly. With like a high ratio of fat, carb.
No protein.
Yeah. That's why, tracking macros is important at the beginning of your stage of like starting your fitness journey, huh?
Yeah.
Like, do you believe that?
Oh, yeah.
I think so they can get like used to like what's a protein, what's a carb, what's a fat.
Yeah, because no one is taught what that is in school, I feel like.
No,
like
I don't know.
even my mom, dude, my mom's 70-something years old, and she's like, mijo, how much protein is in this? And I'm like, none. She's like, no, there has to. I'm like, no, look at it. And then I'll have to, I explain to her, this is a carb, this is a protein, this is a fat. And she's like, oh my God, that's what I'm eating? I'm like, you didn't know this? Yeah. Like, no wonder I was fat.
Yeah, people don't know. They don't know. Then once they start tracking, they're like, oh, sure, I'm not eating a lot, or I'm eating too much. Yeah, that's why it's important.
It's really important, and that's for sure. And like, okay, getting back onto the bodybuilding side, if there was a young kid and they're watching this, and you could tell them before hopping on gear, what would you tell them?
To not hop on gear. Okay.
Why is that?
Listen. Like,
yeah.
I get all these messages from TikTok because I've been posting on TikTok a lot.
Okay.
And I'll post like my transformation, like my experience with using PEDs and stuff like that. And then I'll get I didn't think I was ever gonna get like any messages from people. And then I get messages from like teenagers. They're like, hey, I'm 19. I want to take steroids. What do you think I should take? And I'm like, nothing. Don't take any steroids until like you reach your maximal like natural potential. You know? And then start thinking about taking PEDs. But if you're below like even 25, like you shouldn't shut down your natural testosterone just yet, because you're still growing, at 25.
Yeah.
And I didn't start taking gear until 27.
Okay.
Yeah. But like actually I needed testosterone.
Shit, at that age?
It, bro,
God damn. Oh wow.
Well, because like for like a year, 6 months straight, I wasn't getting enough sleep.
Okay.
I was just working 10 hours, 12 hours at LA Fitness, right?
Okay.
And like, I was just averaging like about like 4 hours of sleep. So whenever I got my lab done, my testosterone levels were low.
Oh fuck.
So I actually needed TRT.
Yeah. Okay.
So I had to. Like,
that makes sense.
It,
Yeah.
And then like but I did that for like 4 months, 3 months, and then I actually changed my way of like living.
Okay.
I actually changed my lifestyle.
Gotcha.
So TRT is different. Like people need to like I always realize that TRT and anabolic steroids, it's a different thing. You can actually live on TRT.
Yeah.
But like if I had to like tell like a 17-year-old to like when is the best time to hop on steroids, obviously I would first tell them like stay natural. but if you don't want to do that and you want to compete in bodybuilding, then, just wait until you fully reach your maximal natural potential. And then, consider taking PEDs.
It's definitely hard though, especially it's like there's so many influencers out there. They're just like pumping it down their throat, like the Trend Twins, all these fucking guys, right?
Yeah.
Like, and it's just like with a name like the Trend Twins, you're gonna be like, I want to hop on Trent.
Yeah, I mean, they
Hold off.
say at the beginning of their video, like, they do not promote any.
I know, but still, yeah.
But then again, it's not like, even me. I just made a video today about TRT that I'll show it to you later.
Okay.
I'll post it later. Like, I already have it edited and everything like that. I say right there, like, I don't want you to like do what I'm doing. Like, I just want to let you know, like, my experience. Of it, just in case you do think about it.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not my responsibility.
Exactly. Yeah.
It, so
it's like, you're not a doctor.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about my own personal experience. But yeah, like, if you're young, stay away from gear and even testosterone at an early age.
Yeah, that's for sure. But okay, this is something I was talking about also the other day with somebody.
Yeah.
How do you feel because you've pretty much been, I guess, fit your whole life, but you've never been like overweight or obese, right? Yeah. What do you think about a guy like me who's lost weight and now I'm a trainer? What differences do you think there are in our training styles?
I would say that more about weight loss and fat loss than someone who's like lean and and it's hard. He's struggling to put on weight.
Okay.
I think that, but difference in like training, like the actual weight.
Just either whatever differences. Yeah.
I feel like you would have more knowledge in like overweight people, how to drop weight.
Yeah.
Because those are hard for me, to be honest with you. Like, those are really tough with me.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like they want to see the scale going down like
all the time.
fast, all the time, right? Like weekly.
Yeah.
And I feel like I would struggle with that more mentally, even though maybe they are losing weight. Like, I've seen some people actually lose weight, but then how like it goes with weight loss, like it stops for a while, right? And then you got to figure out some stuff. So I feel like that would be did that answer your question?
Yeah.
Like, like the different type of for me, like I it's more fun training someone who's skinny because whatever muscle they put on, you can see it.
Exactly. Yeah.
But it's also hard for them to eat though.
Yeah. See, the thing for me is with overweight people, they're like, oh, but I want to eat everything. And it's like, no, dude, I don't want you doing that. So you got to find the fine fucking balance of like, you're here, don't go too far this way, or stay from going overweight this way. And then like, don't go like, because a lot of people, I've been asked a lot of times, or they're like, oh, what did you do to lose all the weight? What did you do? And I always tell everyone who asks me, don't do what I did, because I went to the extreme.
Did you crash diet?
Oh, yeah. I crash dieted hard the very first time that I was like, I'm going to lose weight. But then this time around, I was like, I hired a coach, and then I followed his meal plan. But then he couldn't be my coach for a while. But then after that is when I was like, fuck, I don't really know about macros that well. So I was like, I'm going to crash. And I would just not eat. And then, I would do that whole thing of like not eating and then binging and then not eating and binging. And that's not safe to do at all. Yeah. Now I understand. It's like, okay.
Like, do you think like overweight people that want to lose fat should be implementing like strength training?
All the time.
I hate the misconception of like they have to do cardio only.
I fucking hate that so much.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I think like even if you're underweight or overweight, you should still strength train.
Oh yeah, 100%.
For muscle building. That actually is like the way that your fat loss can shrink, right? So I mean, the training style doesn't really change.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't just do cardio if you're overweight.
Yeah. Because I've gotten that question a lot where they're like, hey, I want to start losing weight. Do you think I should do an hour of cardio every day? No, you should not do that. I did it because I was trying to reach a different level of, whatever.
You were already there though.
Exactly. But when I started weight loss, it was like I strength trained 7 days a week. I did cardio 3 times a week.
When you were starting?
Yeah.
So cardio 3 times a week?
Yeah.
And then strength training 7 days a week. No rest?
No, fuck no. Because I was like, I want to see something change. Like, I'm done with being a fat ass. Like, I want to change, right? So within me, I was like, this is what I have to do.
You can get away with just 3 3 days a week.
Did I know that? No,
Yeah,
because
full body days a week. Cardio post workout.
yeah.
Just get your steps in.
See, I know that now.
Yeah.
Now that I've been working alongside with trainers and asking all these questions, I'm like, okay, that all makes sense. But when I started, like, I made so many mistakes, and it's just like I don't want people making those mistakes when they're starting, because they can hinder your progress so bad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Don't just do it out with cardio if you're starting off in your weight loss journey.
Yeah. All right, brother. So where can everyone find you?
So Instagram, TikTok, it's Isais Rojas Fit on Instagram. And then on TikTok, it's Isais Rojas _. And then for my YouTube, go ahead and subscribe. If you're not subscribed, Isais Rojas Life.
All right, everybody. That was a Heavy Mind podcast. Thank you guys for watching. And you can find me at Teddy's Fit Journey. Thank you.